even having heard it, like you're like, oh my God, like is this serious?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this real? Like, is this like they can't even formulate a sentence, let alone a thought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's painful, but you don't win by belittling it. You don't win by chastising it. If anything, you elevate that. You have to be the difference. You have to illustrate the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To which I'll tell you, the first single that I'm going to drop off D&D is called Watch Me.
And that's what we're doing.
That's real.
We got about 15 minutes before Instagram kicks us off again. I want to just take this moment to thank you for everything you've done for the culture. I was in the 12th grade when the debut album dropped, so I can immediately go back, and that feeling you were talking about, it played a big part of my teenage years. So I just want to thank you for making this time for me. A big shout out to Mo Crazy for making this whole thing
Big shout to Mo. That's family.
Happen. Much success to you. Before we get out of here, I got a few fan questions, and I need for you to shout out your social media and all that.
Definitely. Follow me on I'm at Black Sheep Dres on IG. I'm on Dres Black Sheep on Twitter, and I've got a website called poolofgenius.com. POOLOFGENIUS. Pool of Genius. And on Pool of Genius, you can pick up all of the old stuff, all of the records I just spoke of, my solo endeavors. You can pick all of that up on poolofgenius.com. There's merch. There's also a cat that I'm about to be helping to bring to the forefront by the name of Alexander Simone. He's the grandson of Nina Simone and one of the most talented singers I think the world has heard in a long time. Really, really dope cat.
So here's a few questions before we get out of here. Your album's coming up on 30 years. Is there a plan for any type of reunion tour, or do you have anything in mind for that?
I actually reached out to Long yesterday. And because one of the things that's kind of cool is that at 35 years, we have the ability to get back our publishing and our masters. So you know, that's something that I don't want it to be 35 years in a day without us having that. So I'm already started speaking to a lawyer about, you know, us. You actually have to be you actually have to do the paperwork 2 years out, but I'm trying to do it 5 years out so that
right.
So that we're on point. So I reached out to him, and you know, so the 30th anniversary, in a perfect world, maybe a tour will happen. But if nothing else, maybe just a nice celebration.
From Vera Stower, he wants to know, what would you have changed to make nonfiction more successful? And was there a second music video from the second album?
Nonfiction, to me, I think we never got the opportunity. I think by the time nonfiction came along, like not even to say I know when nonfiction came out, we were in a few fights that we weren't aware of. And you know, in life, sometimes you'll find yourself in a fight that you didn't even know you was in, and you're taking knocks to the head, and you don't really understand why, because there's agendas above your head. And I think the nonfiction product was a result of us being in a few fights that I don't think we were aware of. And the relationship between Long and I only added fuel to that fire. You know what I'm saying? We weren't a united front. So I think given the opportunity to do the things that we had the opportunity to do with A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, I think it could have been a very successful project. But we only had the one single, and we you know, we didn't do anything else behind it, and we kind of wound up going our own ways as a result of maybe the frustration and just us not being on the same page. As well as I think what I was going through, what happened with me and One Love, it really got to a place where I felt like it was just, in order for me to stay sane, that I had to pull back. I had to step away for a little bit. But I think given the opportunity to have the people that worked the first album work the second one, and us get the same opportunities to do a remix or two. You know, like our biggest record is a remix. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I think we got off to a great start with Without a Doubt. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's something really that's funny? Without a Doubt was actually a record that I produced. I produced the record. It got chosen for a single. Salam Remy did a remix that was amazing. Long was known as the producer, so Long did a remix that was also amazing. So Salam Remy's remix became the single, Long's remix became the B-side, and my mix, which was the reason that it was chosen for a single, has never been heard.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I did the version that made it get chosen for a single.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And from there, Long did a mix, and then from there, Salam did a mix.
So around that time, Salam is the reason why the Fuji went to the next level, right?
Yeah. Salam is dope, number one, but he definitely had some inside lanes in there. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
you know, more power to him. He's definitely a dope producer. I was grateful for what he brought to the table, and you know, like I knew the ability of a remix at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, our biggest record is The Choice Is Yours Revisited, which was a remix of the album version. So, you know, like I knew, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't looking at the album as something that was concrete and couldn't be molded. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was for us to kind of pick our punches and to create around, you know, like just like we had always been doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and one of the things that I do wish I had done, there's a couple of things I wish I did. I wish that I had saved Still in the Ghetto for the album, as opposed to putting it on the B-side or Similac. I also wish that we hadn't gave On the Wall to the Trespass soundtrack and put that on the album. I think both of those joints were just stellar. But you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, you just kind of wind up, you know, it's life, man. Like, you know, like it's one to grow on.
Right. I got a couple more for you before we get out of here. Tri-Barrel Gigolo wants to know, do you consider your debut album to be a top 10 underrated classic?
Top 10 underrated classic? Nah.
No.
I don't feel like I feel like in the realm of hip hop, it's in the top 100 albums, and anything that's in the top 100 albums overall, out of all the albums ever made it. So. And that doesn't matter where it falls. If it's number 100, then it made it. You know, there's been a lot of music made over the years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, and mind you, you know, it's probably in everyone's top 50. It's probably in some people's top 25. It might be in a few people's top 10. You know, like, that's not underrated.
You know? Satellite Hip Hop wants to know, will you be on tour with Dilla in the UK when hopefully normality resumes?
I sure hope to be. I love Dilla so much. Like, those like that's family, man. Like I love them with all my heart, man. Like, and I've learned so much from them. They're good people, you know what I'm saying? And I literally love them like we got the same mom. All right.
Last question. Is there any old black sheep in the vault that you may release in the future?
Possibly. There's a few joints that never saw the time of day, and on the low, someone like me might not have turned in all the masters.
Nice.
So you never know. I've literally got 2-inch tapes somewhere not in polygram.
You're definitely a treasure, and we definitely appreciate you. During these hard times, is there a message you can leave your fans during this quarantine to help them get through and to keep hope?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell everybody like right now is a real confusing time in the world, and we don't have a lot of leadership going on. So you got to kind of take it upon yourself to be a leader. Protect yourself, protect your family, be smart. Don't roll dice with your life. I'm coming from ground zero with it, man. Like New York, we've seen over a week of 700 people dying a day. Like you got to really think about that. Like, be smart. Literally, I don't care if you haven't been outside in a month or two. I don't care if you don't go outside for a month or two more. Think about your family, think about your children, think about your parents, think about your relatives, and think about yourself. Do something with yourself that makes you a better person under the confinements of your own roof. That's literally what you have to do right now. Do not roll those dice, because to crap out, you don't get to roll again. And even if you wind up being okay, your parent might not, your uncle might not, your aunt might not, your grandparents might not, and God forbid your children might not. So right now, you got to be a little selfless, you know what I'm saying? And the same is true for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've been in my crib and it's monotonous and it's crazy, but we don't have anyone that's leading us right now in a way that is helping us. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we're literally being bartered for the well-being of the economy. You know what I'm saying? And when I say we, you know who I'm talking to. We. So, so we got to be smart and we got to be together, and we literally and this is all around the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this thing is real, man. Like, this is not no joke. This is no joke. I lost an uncle to the COVID. I got my man Molecules counted 15 people that he knows that passed. 15.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, just because it might not have hit where you are right now, doesn't mean that it can't. You know what I'm saying? Do not be foolish enough to think that what these cats are talking about on television, as far as you getting outside and going to the beach and all that stuff, don't think that it can't happen. It can happen. I'm looking at it happen. When the 700 was going on daily here in New York, all I heard all day was sirens. All day, ambulance sirens. The hospitals were overflowing, and like it was really scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, really. And I hope no place goes through how we went through it. It was really, really, really bad, man. Right. And when it's at 700 people dying a day, up until it started going down, we didn't know it was going to keep going up. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm gonna tell everybody to be mindful. To take care of themselves, and to be willing to, like, yo, the next few months is you got to just give it up. You just give it up. Start reading, start writing, start working out. If you've ever been trying to do something, start laying the roots for it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, start writing the schematic now. Whatever it is you want to do with life, start it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, start putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is, start putting it together. Do the investigating. Do the legwork, because I'd hate to see any of us come out of this not stronger, not better, not wiser, not en route to where we're supposed to be in life. You know what I'm saying? All Absolutely. Because we wanted to go, get some to eat or get some ass or not. Right. Telling you, word up, I'm telling you. Settle down, stay home, take care of yourself, and write a book. You know what I'm saying? Word, do some push-ups, do some pull-ups, jump into the lives. I'm glad everybody that came and checked me out. I
Absolutely. Absolutely. For everybody who came late, Dres just blessed me with a 2-hour interview. So I urge you, if you're a big Black Sheep fan, go back to my page. It's going to be on IGTV forever. And after that, it'll be on YouTube. will not be erased ever. But like I said, Dres, thank you so much for everything you've done for the culture. Thank you
That's
for
love.
spending 2 hours of your time enlightening hip hop fans and giving us a history from day one all the way up until now. Much success on your upcoming project with Dilla and that whole
DMD.
situation going on.
No words.
When you get new music or anything you need to blast it off, please send it my way, and I will do my best to spread the word.
I definitely will.
And stay safe. This has been episode 28, Quarantine Sessions. I'm the journalist Sin-seer. That is Dres. And we're out of here. Thank you so much, Dres.
Salute. No doubt.
Salute.
Everybody
See you
take care.
soon.
Love is love.
Peace.